Hello, how is everybody? Oh, wow. Let's see if this works. I think we're getting everything set up right now. Just hang tight for a moment. We're getting everything set up right now. By the way, in the meantime, can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. Well, that's a good sign. I'm also a little curious if the chat relay system works yet. So while we're waiting for the whole thing to officially start, if you want to try using the chat relay, send a message to the chat relay and just say hi. And let's see if this comes through. There's a user called chat relay. And that might show up on my screen. It also might not. Oh, great. So somebody's already here handling spotlights. That's also good. Okay, I see a message that came through in the normal chat, but I'm curious if the chat relay works. Oh, somebody said they can't hear me. Well, my hunch is that if you can't hear me, maybe you need to turn your sound up. But the problem is you couldn't hear me say that. So, but Kasha seems to be able to hear me. That's what I'm gathering. Yes, I see Kasha
Yes, I can
nodding, so
hear
that
you.
means that Kasha can
Hi.
hear me. Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna guess that we are now live. Uh, Let me just quickly check that the chat system works while we're here. So where's the chat relay? Here it is. Hi. Oh, good. The chat system does work. Great. Okay, everyone's here. I think this means that we are on. Well, first of all, hello, everybody. Welcome to our live solve. I am joining you here from where it is bright outside. I don't know if you guys can guess where I am, but I'll turn this around, and depending on whether or not the outside is visible, you might be able to guess where this is. By the way that the chat system works, you just send messages to chat relay. That's a particular user here. And if you send a message to chat relay, about within 10 seconds later, something's going to show up on the screen. That's actually how we're trying to make this a much more engaging math discussion than normal. Can anyone guess where this is? It's still daytime, so it can't be New York, because if you're in New York right now, it's 7:30 p.m. Actually, this is a big hint. If you're in Chicago, it's 6:30 p.m. It's probably not this bright outside. It might still be a little bit bright, but not this bright. Meanwhile, while people are guessing, somebody already guessed. I'm in Taipei. That's Taipei 101 Tower back there. So I'm Po-Shen. I guess I'm the host of this channel, and I'm normally a math professor at Carnegie Mellon University, but the school year is over now, so I'm traveling all around the world, giving all kinds of talks. But we are always happy to make time out to do something with Math Kangaroo. So even though I'm out here on business in Taiwan, I just wanted to show up to this in person. Now, whenever we do this, I'm actually not the one who goes over the problems, because we're lucky enough to have some incredible people to lead the discussion. Those are our high school students who are from the live program. And we're always very happy to work with Math Kangaroo, because they always bring a representative as well. So today we'll have a representative, Kasha. Kasha is actually Math Kangaroo's CIO, Chief Information Officer and Vice President. So she's going to share a few thoughts from Math Kangaroo, and then after that, she'll turn it over to Arush and Leo, who will run the rest of the session. So have a great conversation. Kasha, it's all yours.
Thank you, Professor Lau, and the team for organizing the live solves sessions series. My name is Kasia Laskowska, and I represent Math Kangaroo organization. I'm very happy to welcome all of you. I would like to congratulate all the students who participated in this year competition, which had around like over 60,000 participants. You can find your scores along with your national and state ranking in your parents' or teachers' registration accounts. Math Kangaroo is more than just a competition, it's a global math journey. I have some good news. We are continuing our team competition, which just started last year, and registration will be open in the mid June. This is a very great opportunity to team up with friends and challenge yourself and experience different side of problem solving. So you can find more details on our Math Kangaroo website under competition section. The team competition will take place in mid-November, and the individual competition will be held in March, as always. So please don't miss it. To celebrate your efforts today, we have a special prize for the top 3 stars. uh, who earned the most stars during this session, and each winner will receive free participation for with some gifts for the 2027 individual competition. We will announce the winners at the end of the session and share details how to receive the prize. So you need to contact Lucia at the lucia@mathkangaroo.org, and she will ask for your address. Thank you again, and now I will hand it back to our host to begin today's session. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, that's me and Arush. So, first off, we
Okay.
have a question. We have a question for everyone, and remember, use chat relay for this one. The question is, if you could pause your life for 1 year and live wherever you want, where and why? And while you're thinking about that question, you may have a question for us. Who are we? So, let me answer that on behalf of Arush first. Arush is a high school junior from New Jersey who fell in love with math at an early age by solving simple algebra problems posed as riddles. He's officer of his school's math club. He's a USA JMO qualifier. Wow. And isn't just into competitive math, but also sharing it with his peers. He's gone to many exceptional competitions like HMMT, AMC 12, AMY, USA JMO, and he also does Science Olympiad, Science Bowl, and went to Mathly. Cool. So, warm welcome to Arush.
Thank you so much, Leo. You're too kind. Alright, and I'm going to introduce Leo too. So Leo is a high school junior from Seattle, Washington. He achieved an AMC8 Distinguished Honor Roll in 7th grade, which is crazy, because AMC8 is meant for 8th graders. And he qualified for AMY twice. He placed second at UW Math Hour Olympiad twice, and he also plays and coaches Frisbee, which is pretty cool. He is captain of his school's quiz bowl team, and he likes coding and folding modular origami. Leo, I actually don't know what modular origami is. You're going to have to tell me soon. He has
Yeah.
a website at 27trees.com if you're interested in checking it out. And his new game is duet typing, and he recommends it if you have patience for bugs. Wow, that sounds interesting. Alright, I'm excited. Leo, what do
Yeah.
you think about the icebreaker? It's a cool question.
Uh, I really like Seattle, but if I could go anywhere, I'd try maybe London. I think London is really spectacular. It's a very large city and it's a lot of fun. How about you?
That's
Where would
cool.
you go?
I asked this to some other people earlier. They actually
Mhm.
told me that China looks really nice in the winter. I thought it'd be cool to go
Oh,
to China in the winter. I don't know any Chinese. I'd probably have to learn that. But it seems like a really cool place
yeah.
to go to. It's really beautiful too.
Hmm. I study Chinese, so I think
Maybe there.
that would be really fun as well.
Ooh, that's cool. What do you guys think? Put it in chat. Where would you go if you could pause your life for a year? And why?
Hmm.
Ooh,
I
Monaco and
see.
Utah.
Yeah. I also see well, I see Boston, which is a great answer. I visited Boston recently over spring break, and it's an awesome city. So, great answer. Somebody said nowhere. I don't really know how that would work out for you. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what that
Wow.
means. Maybe it means like the middle of nowhere, like a more calm life. I don't know. What do you think, Arush?
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
just staying in their home. Ooh, someone said I would not go anywhere because I'm happy where I am. That's so sweet. That's real. I'd stay in my house because why move when you were in a nice warm house? That's a good point. Suppose like you also have like a house, everything's paid for, everything's already organized. No
yeah.
hassle with that. Because it'd be pretty complicated to organize a year trip.
Hmm.
China would be too cold or too hot in the winter or summer. Oh, really?
I
That'd
guess
be
if you
kind
had
of a
to be
turn
in
'em
one
off.
place, right?
Mm, yeah. I live in New Jersey. It's also kind of like a swing state when it comes to weather.
Hmm.
Washington, D.C. I've not actually been there. I think I've been there once, maybe in 3rd grade. Don't remember it. Alright, so many cool answers. Leo, do you want to get started on the problems?
Yeah, sounds good. And these problems are from the new set. So for people who have been here a while, we got all new problems from the most recent competition, which hopefully you got a chance to participate in. All right, Arush, do you want to read off the first problem?
Alright, cool. Which animal should Lisa put in the puzzle to fill the empty space? Where the empty space is this little guy right here. And we have 5 options for different shapes that we could put in there. Leo, what do you think?
I want to see some. Oh, okay. I already see some answers in the chat. People are saying
Wow.
A, and I think they're right because this A one is shaped like an L, or if you want to be more positive, it's shaped like a one of those. I don't know. It's shaped like this. I think this one's not so difficult. What do you think?
I think it's a good problem. Fits right into that spot that we want it to.
Hmm.
Just like that. That's pretty cool. Alright. Fun warm up. Alright. You want to move to the next problem?
Let's do it.
And yes, it was A. Alright. Okay, now this looks a little bit harder. Leo, you want to read this?
Sure. Vilka stands on the shaded square between W, X, Y, and Z, which is this one right here. Kelia stands on the shaded square between P, Q, R, S. So, like here. Which route should Vilka take to meet Kelia? So it's like a maze problem, I think. I don't know if I've ever done a maze problem before. Huh.
Wow. I used to do these on cereal boxes. I love cereal boxes. If you're ever
Alex,
eating breakfast in the morning, you should read the cereal box. I think we can do this maze together. What do you think, Leo?
yeah, let's give it a try. All right, do you want to just start working on it?
How about... Yeah, sure. I can take W and X, you can take Y and Z.
All right, all right. I'll use colors. So this is Y in yellow. Okay, I'll fill out like all the places you can go with Y. Okay. Y is a bit of a dead end. Let's see X.
I also got W and X are dead ends.
Oh, was I supposed to do Z?
Yeah, you can do
Oh.
Z.
Okay. Let's see. Z goes. Z seems a bit more promising. Ah, yes. Z works. You can go from Z to Q, is what I've found. And I think.
Wow,
Oh,
that's cool.
obviously, W is very clearly a dead end. So I think the only way we can do this is Z to Q, which would have to be answer choice E. Seems pretty
All
easy
right.
as well.
Cool. Cool question. Kind of fun question. This
Yeah.
is why I like taking tests. Interesting problems like these. And Leo, how about we get a drum roll for the correct answer?
All right.
Let's
You
check.
two at home.
And yes, it's E. All right. Z to Q. Let's see the next question. Finn has 5 pencils. The shortest one is blue. The green and red pencils are the same length. The purple pencil is shorter than the yellow one. Which pencil is the purple one? Well, the
Okay.
first thing we're given is that the shortest one is blue. And I see that the shortest one is E. So I'm going to go ahead and mark pencil E as being the blue pencil, because I can see it's the shortest one. And Leo, which 2 pencils are the same length?
I think it's B and D that are the same length. So they are green and red. Okay. Without loss of generality, I'm gonna mark this one as red, and this one as green. And for those who don't know,
Cool.
without loss of generality basically means like you could go either way and it doesn't matter. It's kind of arbitrary.
No.
All right, and then we
And I don't
also
think it actually matters which one is which, does it?
yeah, I think it's irrelevant for the problem.
Alright, cool. Which colors do we still have left? Purple and
It's-
yellow.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it says that the purple one is shorter, so we can be confident and label A, which is a shorter pencil between A and C, as being the shorter one. So we can go ahead and color A as purple. And then Leo, what does that leave us with?
Uh, well, we could say C is yellow, but we're just asking for which pencil is the purple one. So that means it's got to be A.
All right, cool. Fun problem. So our answer
Yeah.
is A, and we can check this.
Let's see. Let's see.
And it is A. All right,
All right.
cool. You want to read this problem?
Sure. Let's see. Dan draws a white, gray, or black kangaroo in every small square. After that, each row and each column contains exactly one white, one gray, and one black kangaroo. What does Dan draw in the outline section?
It's an interesting question. I like kangaroos. They're cool. All right, so we have three different shades of kangaroos, and we draw them in each and every small square. And then we have exactly one of each color in every row and every column. Now we're given a snippet of what the square currently looks like, so we're going to try and fill in what the rest must be, because it might actually be forced. It might only
Yeah.
be one solution, given the kangaroos that Jan has already drawn. So we can go ahead
I
and
think
look.
so.
And in case you can't tell, this kangaroo is actually supposed to be black. And it might not show up, but there you go. And all the kangaroos that are empty are actually supposed to be black kangaroos. So Leo, which ones are immediately forced? Given that we know that we only have one of each shade in each row and column.
I want to think about this one in the top right corner. This one right here is very much forced. Because we already have two in the row, these two, basically like this third one is forced. It would have to be a white kangaroo. And I'll just draw that in here. Okay, I tried drawing kangaroo last month and it didn't go so well. Let's see if I can do better this time. Okay, not terrible, I think. And then, what does that mean, though, for these two circled squares? What do you think, Arish? Like what? Which
Well,
which
let's
color
see.
cannot be within these two squares?
Well, since we know that white only appears once in each column, then that automatically rules out having white in any of those two rightmost squares. And so we can go ahead and look in which option choices are one of these two squares white, because we know that's not possible anymore. And we can check and we see B is not possible, and D is not possible because of the white kangaroos here and here, and E is not possible because of this white kangaroo. Now A and C also have white kangaroos, but they're not in these forbidden spots. They're actually in the leftmost square. So that's okay for now. It's just a matter of choosing between A and C. And we can see that if we look at the leftmost column, we already have a gray and a white kangaroo. Since we only have one of each, the last one must be a black kangaroo. And that is my amazing kangaroo, because I'm too lazy to draw a full kangaroo. And this also means that we cannot have more black kangaroos here or here, because we only have one in this bottommost row. So this square and this square cannot be black kangaroos, eliminating option choice C. And so Leo, what's the answer?
Yeah, it's got to be A at this point, just by process of elimination.
All
So,
right. And it is A. All right. I was feeling a bit iffy about that, but at least we got it. All right. Leo, want to read this one?
Sure. The three photographs show a tiger, a kangaroo, a lion, and an ostrich escaping from the zoo. In what order did they escape through the gate? Okay, huh.
Wow.
So this one doesn't seem very nuanced. I feel like this one's kind of easy. Okay, and this is kind of hard to see, I think, for people at home. So I'm gonna blow up this image in like a good way, though. Let's see.
And we can actually give letters to each of these animals. We'll just use L for lion, O for ostrich, T for tiger, and K for kangaroo. And if you can't see at home, this first guy's actually a tiger, and then an ostrich. Here we have an ostrich, then a kangaroo, and then here we have a lion, then a tiger. Now, the first thing we notice is that in this diagram, and you can see it really well in Leo's slide, in the diagram we see that one animal is leaving before the other animal. In this case, we can see that the first image implies that we have that the tiger leaves and then the ostrich will leave. The second image tells us what, Leo?
The second image depicts the ostrich leaving right before the kangaroo. So, how do we place that? We have the ostrich here. I'm doing like earliest to latest. So we have the ostrich here, then that means the kangaroo comes next. And I can place that right there. So we just have one more to
Yeah.
add, and that comes from this image right here. What does that show?
I think it shows the lion comes and then the tiger will come. So we have L is before T. And if we rank these four, then it means that first we will have the the lion leaves. Then we'll have that the tiger leaves. And then we'll have that the ostrich will leave. And then we'll see that the kangaroo can leave. And so the answer is lion, tiger, ostrich, kangaroo. Which is option choice B. Alright, cool. I got so many B's in the chat. You guys are doing so well. Great job.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's
way
like a-
faster than I could do it.
It's like a beehive here, the number of bees we've got.
Ooh, that's good. That's gonna be funny.
Yeah,
Alright.
just came up with that one.
And it is B. Cool. Alright, let's see. Ooh, more 3 shades of black. I like that. Julia puts 3 identical blocks together, as shown. On each block, the face opposite each black face is white, and the face opposite each gray face is also gray. Julia looks at the figure from the direction shown. What does he see? Well, if he's looking from that side, well, I guess my slide isn't showing. Give me a second. As you can see on Leo's slide, if he's looking from that side, he's seeing the other side of those 3 blocks. So Leo, what 3 colors would he see?
I see a black up here, a white, and a gray. So I'm just gonna keep the grays the same and invert the blacks and whites because they're opposite each other. So we'd have a white, a gray, and then a black. So which one of these does that match? Let's see. Oh, I've done it a little bit mirrored because of course it's mirrored. Hang on. Let's have the black over on this side. So which does this match? White at the top.
I see
So
a
that would be
white
like-
on the top, a gray in the corner, and a black on the left. I think that's E.
Yeah, looks like E to me.
Alright, if we can try to imagine that we're looking from Julia's perspective, and it'd actually be flipped. We wouldn't see the L looking like this. We would see it looking like that, which is why all these option choices have the L going towards the left instead of to the right. And so it's option choice E, and let's check. And it is E. Alright, cool. Leo, you got this one.
All right. Each of the 5 rows shows a pattern. Each pattern represents one of the 3-digit numbers 183, 451, 521, 872, or 882, but not necessarily in this order. Each digit from 0 to 9 has its own unique pattern. Which number is shown by the pattern in the last row?
Wow.
I see there's...
Well, the first thing I noticed is that if we have 2 of the same digits, the patterns will have to be the same for those 2 digits. And if we look at the last number that we're given, 882, the 8 and the 8 in the hundreds and the tens digit are the same. So we know that should match up with the pattern where the first and the second squares are the same. Which we can see is this first guy right here, because the first 2 patterns are the same. So this number is 882. So Leo, what pattern is 8? And what pattern is 2?
8 is this one at the... Hang on, I'll draw it. So in this case, it's got the top 2 shaded and the bottom 2 empty. I see I'm drawing with blue on a blue background, which could be confusing. Yeah, but I described through the words. I think that's good enough. Let's see. So I'm trying to fill these in as well. We've got other occurrences of the 8-digit and the 2-digit. So why don't we go and fill those in and see what else
That's a
we can
great
fill
idea.
out.
We can easily identify which ones are 8 because we know these patterns are unique. We can't have multiple digits with the same pattern. And so if we see this pattern with the top two being filled in and the bottom two being empty, then we know it must be an 8, and same for the 2. So we can go ahead and mark up this one, and maybe white might not be the best choice. This one is an 8. I think we have one more 8 somewhere, Leo? Yes,
Uh,
an 8 here.
yes.
And we also know that our 2 has 2 diagonal squares filled in, the bottom left and the top right. So we can go ahead and identify those. And I believe this would be a 2 right here. Might not be easy to see. This is a 2. And I think that's all the 2s. Besides, oh, this one right here. Actually, no, not that one. I think we only have one 2.
There's another 2 in the very center.
Oh, I see it. Alright, cool, I got that. It's kind of hard to identify these, I can't lie.
All right.
So,
I think
Leo,
we've
I
got-
see. Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think we have what it takes to solve the problem. No more decoding necessary.
Do we? Wow. That's kind of cool. Well, I do see an 8, and then some missing pattern that we don't know, and then a 2. So what number goes 8 something 2? I think that'd be 872, because we already used an 882. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this middle digit as 7.
Actually,
Now
I
let's
think we don't
see.
even need to.
We have... We don't need to.
I don't think so. Because look, we've got
You're actually
4
right,
of them
wow.
that have either an 8 or a 2 in them, but this bottom one has neither 8 nor 2 in it. So that means it can't be this 183, can't be this 521, can't be this 872, 882. That means it's got to be this 451 because it's the only option remaining,
Wow.
right?
I didn't think of that. That's so smart. I was about to go ahead and list out every single digit. That's
I
so much
was as
smarter.
well. And then I noticed like there's one that's all by itself and only one.
All
And
right, and let's
I-
check the
I think
option.
that- I think
Yeah.
the chat's already ahead of us. So
Wow, the chat is always ahead of us. How far
Yeah.
back to this? Oh, wow. I got this quite a while. I can only see the last minute, but I can already tell. We have so many B's so fast. And the answer is indeed B. Alright, cool. Let's see. Selena built towers from cubes on a square grid. When viewed from above, the number on each square shows the height of the tower. Selena then looks at the towers from the front, in the direction shown by the arrows. From this view, she cannot see any tower that is behind a taller tower. How many towers can she see? Is it 8, 9, 10, or 12? Or 11? How'd I miss 11?
an
All right.
important-
Well, this makes sense. If we have lots of towers, taller ones will completely overshadow the ones behind them. But if we have a short tower in front of a long tower, we can see both towers. And we can go ahead and look. This 2 will not be obscured by the 6, so we can see the 2 and the 6. However, this tower of height 6 is going to obscure both the 2 and the 4. I'm going to change colors. Both the 2 and the 4. So we won't be able to see those 2. Moving on, we can see that we can see the 2. We can see the 4. We can see the 6 because we haven't encountered a taller building yet. And we can see the 8 because it's the tallest building. So, no obscured towers there. And Leo, you want to go ahead and do the last 2?
Yeah, I got you. So this 4 is going to obscure that 2. But you can still kind of make out the 6 and the 8 beyond it. And for this 6 and you can see the 8 behind it, but not the 4 or the 6. So then I get 11 because it's 16 minus 5 equals 11. Yeah, and
Alright,
people
cool.
are
I think that's the
spamming
answer.
D.
That's how we know we're right, because
Yeah,
chat's always right.
That's a good check.
Alright, and let's see. And the answer, it is D. Cool. We clicked. Alright, Leo, you want to get this next one?
Okay. They're really like the 4x4 grid, I've noticed. Nothing wrong with it. It's a good grid. Maybe one of the best grids. Hard to say. Rosie wants to write the numbers 2, 0, 2, and 6 in the grid shown, so that each row and each column contains exactly 1 0, 1 6, and 2 2s. She has already filled in some of the squares. When she is finished, what will be the sum of the numbers in the squares marked with the question marks? Ah, I think the difficulty is ramping up a little bit.
It's similar to a problem we saw earlier with the kangaroos, except instead of having one of each digit, now we can have two twos, which makes sense because there's two twos in 2026. Alright, so Leah, do we have any forced numbers here?
I don't see it quite yet. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't see anything yet. Do you see anything on this problem?
I don't think I see anything. Oh, wait. But I remember, your elimination tactic. When we have a zero in a column, that must be the only zero, because we only have one zero in each column. And if we see a six in a column or row, that also means that we can't have another six in that column or row. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this little guy right here, this second column. We already have a zero, so just like doing Sudoku, I can go ahead and eliminate. This is not a zero. I know that this question mark will not be a zero. And similarly, since we have a 6 right here, that means that this guy cannot be a 6 either, because we only have one 6 per column and per row. So, since we don't have a 6 there, and we don't have a 0 there, I know that this guy is going to be a 2. And Leo, we can use the exact same logic for the other question mark, because this whole thing is symmetrical across that wrong diagonal, across this diagonal. It's symmetrical. So, we know that this guy must also be 2. So, Leo, what's our answer?
It's got to be 2 plus 2 equals 4.
Window. Oh,
I was gonna say fish
not
because
window.
I think it's fish, right? But that's not one of the answer choices, so we're
I
gonna
thought it
go
was
with
window.
4. Isn't that 1
Yeah.
plus 1? Isn't that like
Really?
uh
I actually forgot all
yeah,
of
wait,
this.
let
I
me
used
show
to
you,
mess
let me
this
show
up
you.
all the time.
1 plus 1 equals window.
Oh, I never knew. I thought people just made these up for no reason. Now I actually realize there's a reason. Oh my god. I see it, I see it, I see it. 2,
Plus
backwards 2, plus 2.
2.
That's
I don't know how
ingenious.
2
I
plus
can't
2 is a
lie.
fish.
I think it's like this, right? You have to draw it backwards 2.
Why is 2 plus 2 equal a fish?
If you flip the first 2, it'll look like a fish. I didn't draw a plus sign.
2 plus 2.
Kind
Oh,
of looks like
wait.
a fish.
Uh, I don't really see it. Oh, wait, wait. I do know what you mean. I do know. Hang on. This is an important diversion. Uh, we can do like a. Hold on, hold on. It's like 2, and then like a back. Yeah, exactly like you said. Backwards 2 is a fish.
Oh wait, I didn't do it like that. I put the two non-overlapping. That's a good idea.
I think you have to
I don't
overlap
know if
it.
you can see my screen. I wasn't doing it like that.
Oh yeah, I can. Us to
Oh, that's
absorb
so
two.
much better. I was doing like this, kind of like a heart.
That's another
Nah,
way you can do it.
it's alright. I like your way much better. It's a good idea. All right, enough with fishes and twos.
Enough of fishes,
I think our
yes.
answer is 4, and it is 4. I was pretty
Okay.
confident in that one. And note though, we didn't have to find any of those other 10 squares. I hope I counted right. I think it's 10. We had 10 extra empty squares. We didn't even care about those. We were too orful for that.
Oh,
All we did is
yeah,
find those two that we needed and add them up. And it
yeah.
is 4. Alright. Leo, on this one?
Oh, okay. And then forgive me. Uh, 5 children, Hua, Mi, Hua, Li, and Chi, hold hands to make a circle, facing inward. Hua is holding Mi's left hand. Li is not holding Tua's left hand. Tua is holding Chi's right hand. Who is Li holding hands with? Forgive me for the pronunciation. I don't know how to pronounce Vietnamese.
Are we supposed to have a diagram?
Wait, you have one like right here.
Are we supposed to? Because I feel like that's just a good answer, right?
Uh,
It
uh,
definitely makes the problem easier.
yeah, it makes the problem really easy. I was too
I
focused
think we
on,
can literally just,
yeah,
yeah?
I was too
Wait, we
focused
can
on,
actually check the diagram is right first. We can see
yeah,
that Hoa, Hoa, is holding Mai's left hand because if you're Hoa, your right hand is going to be holding Mai's left hand. And so we know that the first condition is met. Lai is definitely not holding Toa's hand, they're on opposite sides. And Toa is holding Chai's hand, they're right next to each other. And so we can easily see from the diagram that's given to us, wow, lifesaver, that Lai is holding hands with Mai and Chai. I wrote those in the wrong order. It's fine. And so our answer is what, Leo?
I got D.
D.
Yeah, this is
Cool.
very easy for especially for a question number 19. I think the hardest part is uh yeah, I don't even know. This is not very hard. There's no real hardest part of this
I think the
problem.
diagram might be the hardest part. It can be pretty tricky to find the diagram. But here we're given it, so
Yeah, that's easy.
smooth. And it is D. Chai and Mai. Mai Chai.
All right.
Three girls. Leah. I hope I don't know if I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right anymore. Leah, Ida, and Mia each have a box of sticks. One girl has sticks that are 1 centimeter long, one has sticks that are 2 centimeters long, and one has sticks that are 3 centimeters long. We do not know who has which length. Leah places her stick on the ground first. Then the girls take turns, placing their sticks to the right of the previous stick in this repeating order. Mia, Ida, Leah, Mia, Ida, Leah, and so on. This makes a straight line that is 50 centimeters long. Which two sticks are at the beginning and at the end of the line? I'm going to assume again that we don't have the diagram.
That's too easy. If we have the diagram, isn't it
Let's
just
forget
given? Isn't it just this one?
let's forget
Because
about
we
the
have.
diagram. Yeah?
Okay. All right, sure. We can forget about it. Here, I'll just take it off the screen.
Wait, how'd you do that?
Magic actually.
Wait, you can actually do that? I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a silent incantation if you're wondering. Don't worry about it. Um, it's kind of irrelevant to the problem, like the diagram itself. How are we going to solve this one? But I guess here's what I have. We've got some sort of repeating pattern where we have the three girls in a row. And that means 1 plus 2 plus 3, right?
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
some
because that
permutation of
repeating
1, 2, and
segment,
3.
that
This
even
itself
no matter
is
what order
6.
it's in, yeah, it has to be six.
Hmm.
So
So that would
we
be
know we're gonna have yeah.
like repeating of 6s. And there's also going to be a 2 somewhere because it's 6 times
Mhm.
something, and then we need to get to 50. And that would be like 48 plus 2 equals 50. Is that right? I don't think we can do it any other way.
Um, you might have that's not perfectly multiple of three when you end, or do
Oh,
you? I'm not sure.
like a 1 plus. Well, let's say you took the minimum like within that there within the multipling within the sorry, not yeah, you're right. It could be like multiple added together, like 1 plus 1. You could also have that.
But I actually think that's not possible because the thing is that we know that Leia must place the first stick, and Mia always places the first stick at any consecutive block or three. So if we're gonna hang over a bit and thus truncate before we finish that block of three, Mia will must have placed a block or a stick. So then we'd have a stick from Mia and Leah, and we can't have only a stick of like 2 centimeters if one comes from Mia and one comes from Leia, because they're two different stick lengths. And you can try this
Yeah.
yourself. You could try to do 1 centimeter plus 2 centimeters, but that's too large. It would equal 3 centimeters. And we want 2 centimeters to overhang after that multiple of 6 of 48. So we know that it must be. What did you say the answer was?
There's like
Hmm.
there's a 2 at
Two, two.
one of the
Yeah.
ends. And also if it's repeating, if you have a 2 at the end, you can kind of work backwards and you have like a 3 and a 1, and then you have another 2 at the beginning of each triplet, because you have, this is also a triplet, like the something something 2. We also have 2 something something right before it, which means that 2 is the beginning of a triplet, and it starts with a 2 and ends with a 2, and then like a bunch repeating in the middle. So I'm confident to say that we get answer E. So I think that this problem is very much solvable, even without the very helpful diagram.
Yeah. And actually, we didn't have to know what sticks Mia and Ida have. We know they have the 1 and 3 sticks respectively, not respectively. We actually don't know which one has which. I'm so used to saying respectively. Mia could have the 1 or the 3, and Ida must have the other one, but we don't really care which one is which. Just like in the earlier problem, we didn't care which of those pencils was red or green, as long as one of them was red and one of them was green. So, the answer is E, and we're done.
All right.
Cool. Let's check. And it is E. Alright. Alright, cool. There are 4 buttons in a row on a screen, as shown. 2 show circles, and 2 show triangles. When you press a button, that button, and any button next to it, change shape. A circle will change to a triangle, and a triangle changes to a circle. So they kind of toggle between those 2 shapes. What is the smallest number of times the buttons must be pressed so that all 4 buttons show circles? It's a fun puzzle.
I put Squid
All
Game
right.
on because I think it's relevant for motivation of the problem.
Only if we have some sort of umbrellas. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah, I got that one. I got that reference.
And also, it's important to note, sometimes these problems aren't even solvable. If I had a diagram like this, I want to challenge you guys to try and do it. We have a triangle and 3 circles. Can you make this all circles? Do you think it's possible?
Is it even possible? That's a good question.
Even. Did you just say even?
Whoa, that was definitely on purpose. Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
That's a hint on how you could show that something is possible or not possible. But here, we only care how many times we need to press the buttons to do it. And we can check. We can first press these 2 buttons. I'm going to press that circle and that. Actually, wait. It says that button and any button next to it. So that actually means 2 buttons. The button on this right and this left. That's a mistake I made.
That's okay.
I think that actually means anything is possible. Right, Leo?
I agree.
Maybe.
I think because watch this. If you press this button, then you get you get this one, and this one. So you get those 3. But then when you press this one, you switch these 2, which makes you switch this one. Is basically the effect, because these 2 get double swapped. Right?
Ooh, it's a
So
good
in that
point.
way,
The edge ones, yeah.
you can swap either of these at will. If you can swap this one, you can also press this with a second swap, or with another additional swap, and swap these 2, and the overall effect is just this one. Does that make sense? Am I going too quickly?
Yeah, that's a good point. You can like isolate each of those individual buttons and flip them, right, Leo?
Yeah, it's
Wow,
possible.
that's cool.
But there's got to be a faster way than just my inefficient way of many moves to switch one of them individually. I think you can do better. I suspect you can do better.
Better might be a little bit difficult, but we can try. Right now, I'm going to use 1 to denote triangle and 0 to denote circle. It's a little bit easier than keep drawing triangles. So we're at 1, 0, 1, 0 right now. Now we can either flip the 1 to a 0 and the 0 to 1 here. We can flip these 2. Or we can flip these 3. Or we could flip these 3. These are our 4 possible moves. And we want to get this to be all zeros. So Leo, how might we do this?
Oh, I just had a thought. Using 1010 made me think of binary. Do you think that's relevant? It could be totally off topic.
It could be, but since it's also the grade 3 and 4 problems, maybe we should just try to do this using standard puzzle solving techniques. Might be a little
Yeah,
bit too advanced.
good idea.
Hmm.
Uh, I I see these triangles here, and I just want a big swap. I just want to go boom right here and affect all three of these because that would just get us down to one. That's my instinct.
Yeah, and you get 0, 1, 0, 0 after that. Because we only have one triangle after that. We flipped these three right here. Now we need to flip just that one guy. I remember what you said. If I flip these three, and then I flip these two will get flipped twice. So they'll be back to their original shapes. So they actually won't be changed. Here, I'm going to flip these right three guys. You might not be able to see that color. Red might not be this color. I'm going to do blue. I'm going to flip these three guys, and then I will have 0, 0, 1, 1. I'm going to finish it off by flipping those last two. And I'll have 0, 0, 0, 0. All circles. Cool. And Leo, how many tries was that?
That was 3 moves, which means we can immediately get rid of 1, 2, 3 options because we have definitely 3. Maybe better. Hard to say. I don't know, but I don't think we have it. Or we definitely don't need more than 3 moves to do it.
I think you're right, Leo. I think 2 moves might be impossible. And you could probably show this by checking a lot. But if you can just look at this and grasp the intuition and mid-competition realize that it's probably not 2, I'm going to go with 3. What do you think, Leo?
I want to be a bit more rigorous here. I think we could probably just take this in 2 cases because there's like a central and an outer one. Like what? I just want to go through quickly. What happens if we press each of them and then are they 1 away from getting it? So just quickly, if we did the first one, then we'd be at circle, triangle, triangle, circle. And this is not possible to fix because it just isn't. None of these work. Okay. Next, if we pressed this one right here, we'd have circle, triangle, circle, circle, which is also not possible. Then, if we press this one, we'd have triangle, triangle, circle, triangle, which is not possible to fix. And finally, we did this rightmost one. We'd have triangle, circle, circle, triangle. And this is not fixable. So, if you don't want to be risky, you can also check it out and show that 2 is impossible. But as Arush said, you don't have the luxury of time that we do in a competition, so you have to be quick.
Yep, and these X's on my screen simply mean that you can solve it from there, but you can't do it in one move. Because you can check. One move cannot solve any of these states. Or remember, 1 is triangle and 0 is circle. Because I'm too lazy to draw triangles and circles. And maybe 1s and 0s could be helpful later. Who knows? Later in your mathematical career, 1s and 0s are cool. Alright. And that means the answer is 3, and I think we're done. Cool. Leo, you got this one.
Oh boy. This kind of reminds me of a game I played. There's a board game that's kind of like this. I'm trying to remember. Are you looking it up right now? Something like that?
Oh no, I'm just finding the chat. A lot of chat messages.
Yeah, people are really messaging the chat. There's like a
Yeah.
hang on. Like a stained glass. No, it's a tile game. Tile game. Color. I'll read it in a sec, I promise. Azul. Okay. There's a game called Azul. And it has to do with placing tiles. Anyway. A floor is made of 5 different tiles arranged in a repeating pattern. Ava takes a picture of part of the floor, as shown above. What is the order of the 5 different tiles in the repeating pattern? I like this one. This is a very...
Wow.
this is a beautiful problem, I think. Because...
I like the
this reminds
tiles.
me of? Yeah, the tiles are
Yeah,
good.
what does it remind you
You know
of?
what else? It reminds me of... Let me go back. We did this other puzzle with the... animals escaping from the zoo. Do you remember that problem?
I do. Oh, this is actually so similar. You're right. Wow.
And then I think you'll see why. I think people at home will see why this is so in a second as we solve it. Yeah, do you want to go ahead and try?
Yeah, so we can automatically deduce an order for some of these guys. We can see that this green tile, I'm going to try to draw this right here. This green tile probably comes before. That's. I'll try G for green. How about that? This green tile comes before this. Would you call that orange? I'll call that orange. Or
Sure.
actually brown.
Yeah, that
I
brown's
think brown.
possible.
Actually, no, we do have a blue one, so I'm going to use orange.
Okay.
It comes before this orange one,
I was
which
gonna call the blue one
then
the
comes
EU tile.
before. The what?
The EU tile is what it looks like.
Does it really?
Right. Like the EU flag.
It does. Wow, I didn't. I'm kind of tapped out of geography, so I didn't know that.
Maybe it's a niche reference.
But yeah. So we do have that this green tile comes before this brown orange tile, which comes before this yellow tile. And we can see that if we look at this and this right here, the yellow tile must come before the white tile. And so we're currently working this order right here. And if we keep going, we're going to see that before this green tile right here, point over right here, before this green tile, we have the blue tile before it. So I'm going to write blue before green. And I think we have this order. And so, Leo, what option is it?
I see. Hold on, I didn't think that far ahead. Hold on. It's got to be D, right? Because it goes EU and then this green one, which that matches up. And then it goes to this brown one or orange one, and then this like concentric circles one, and then this octahedrally symmetrical one or whatever. I don't know what it's called. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be D.
I do know what you're talking about, yes. I think it is D. And I think we got a little bit lucky here, too. We found that the tiles go in this order: blue, green, yellow. Blue, green, orange, yellow, white. But the thing is, since this is repeating, it could have also been in order of something like green, orange, white, yellow, white, blue, or any sort of rotation of that, or any like way we shift that over, because these are all repeating patterns, and this happens when we have some sort of pattern repeating over and over again. So an acceptable answer would have also been if we had this tile, then this tile, then this tile, then this tile, and then we ended with this first tile. That's also an acceptable answer. And there's actually 5 of these acceptable answers. So we got lucky here that it matches exactly our blue, green, orange, yellow, white, but that might not always be the case.
Yeah, it is problem number 1, so that is... Don't overthink problem number 1.
I did not see that. You're right. I thought this was going in order. That's my bad. Alright, cool. And the answer is D. Cool. Alright. Which of the pieces shown below is needed to complete the puzzle? Number 3. I should probably start reading those.
You have to read the puzzle pieces out loud. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. That's kind of funny. What did I even say? Well, let's see. Before, in the first problem that we had, all we have to figure out which one is the right shape. But all of these are the right shape. The pattern is what matters. And we can try to deduce a pattern. I'm going to go ahead and look at these little Pac-Man shapes. I'm going to outline their mouths. It creates these little rectangle sort of regions. And I hope you can see that. And these rectangle regions can continue on to the other side. So I can go ahead and guess what it should look like in between. And I hope I do this right. It's going to look something like that in between to keep the pattern going. I'm gonna go ahead and keep filling this out. We have more of a. I'm gonna change colors actually, because colors are cool. Let's switch to yellow. We have this yellow pattern going on here with the Pac-Man mounts. It looks like a bunch of staples, kind of rectangles. And I hope I didn't mess this up. It's kind of tricky. Yep, we have our yellow pattern. Leo, you want to go ahead and do the last two patterns?
Yeah. I was catching up on the other ones. One sec. Okay, I'm ready now. We've got more downward facing mouths. I see another. I see one, like, up here that needs a friend to be right next to, and it would be facing towards the right, like this. So drawing in the Pac-Man looks like this. And finally, are we allowed to say Pac-Man? Is that copyright infringement? Okay, it's too late
I
anyway.
hope not. Yeah.
Otherwise, we've got a lawsuit on our hands. That would be unfortunate. Okay, one more is this empty gap, which is another pair of friends who are facing each other. So, kind of like this.
Wow, you've done this
And
so
that.
fast.
It's the.
I'm
You
gonna
know
try to
what,
catch up. I've been drawing those.
it's like on higher Pac-Man levels, everything goes faster, right?
Really? I thought it was the same speed.
Uh,
I've actually never played Pac-Man. I'm
I,
just speaking from seeing other people play Pac-Man.
okay, so which one of these is the correct one? So, I see two downward facing mouths at the top, which easily lets us rule out B, and
C
at the bottom, oh,
and E.
oh yeah, two facing each other as well. Must note. B, C, and E are not the options. And then at the bottom, we have to have these two that are facing upwards, which A and D do have to their credit. And then
Yep.
you can tell, because on D, towards the, like this one, this little mouth right here is facing upward, whereas on A, that corresponding one is facing downward. What we want is one facing upward, as you can see from Arush's diagram. It should be, we want an upward facing one right here. So that
Yep.
means it's going
So
to
I'm
be
pretty
D.
sure that I've drawn this wrong. Whoops. I
I
can't
drew
draw
mine
Pac-Man
wrong as
wrong.
well. I drew like two in that little space where only one can fit, but it should be only one.
I think it looks like this. Alright, so I think that means it's option D, and we're done.
I think
Cool.
so.
Alright. That's actually kind of an interesting problem, wow. Surprised it's just number 3. It was kind of tricky.
All right.
Alright, and the
We
answer
might have.
is D.
I think we have time for one more problem, but there is a special. Starting this stream, we are doing awards. So, would you like to
Ooh,
like to
yes. I
assign
almost forgot
some
about that.
awards? And then we'll do this problem.
Alright,
We have
cool.
time.
We have our awards. Alright. And we should probably actually, I'm going to create a new slide for this. These people deserve
Good
a new
idea.
slide. I'm going to draw some stuff on it.
No doubt.
How about we watch my metal? I'm going to draw metal. Watch me cook. Alright, let's see. Yellow, metal. Let's fill that in. Alright, filled in. Might not be the best filling you've ever done, but it's close enough. And we get the blue. Alright. Alright. What comes after? Okay, yes. Ooh, you kind of image. That's so much smarter. I'm gonna be here for a while. Let's get some red going.
Yeah, while you're drawing, actually, we'd like to invite back up Kashia if you'd like to present the awards. What do you think?
Ooh.
Are you there still? Oh, hi, Kashia. Here, we'll
Hi.
ping you, and then you can present the awards if you'd like.
So the reward was the participation in our Kangaroo individual competition in March. And you can draw, I think, 3 people.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Oh, I got the 3 parts. Yeah. And then what's next?
All right, so Leo, announce the three people.
Oh yeah, it's and I apologize for mispronouncing names. It's Jasmine Abraham. Yay!
Congratulations. Can you
All
write down the
right, Leo, who's
names?
second?
We have Ishan Kupli
Good job.
and Isaac Fernandez.
Yes. Congratulations to all the winners. So you need to please reach out to Lucia by email to claim your award.
All right, great job, guys. Wow. I hope you guys are in the live stream. You can say hi. Are they? Let me check chat. Maybe not, but it's all right. Great job, guys. Awesome job. Wow. I used to do Math Kangaroo back in the day. It's pretty cool.
Me too.
Awesome
All right.
competition. I actually have a sticker with a soccer ball on it on my fridge from Math Kangaroo. All right.
Thank you
Leo,
so
anything you want
much.
to say? Thank you.
Huh?
Anything you want to say, Leo?
Wait, we have one more problem. I know the time is almost up, but can we do one more problem?
Oh, yeah, actually, sure, yeah.
It's up to
All
you.
right, last problem.
All right.
I think I might have just shown the problem answers. That's okay.
Oh, nobody saw it. Okay.
All right. Let's see. A standard die has 6 faces numbered from 1 to 6. The sum of the numbers on opposite faces is always 7. The numbers on 3 faces that share a common vertex have a sum of 14. What are the numbers on the other 3 faces? Huh. Well, let's see. I know that I'm going to use some variables here, if that's okay. I'm going to draw a little nice cool dice. Actually, yeah, sure, why not? Let's see. We have 3 faces here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw well, you can't see actually, the invisible backside of the dice with those 3 sides that you can't see on the other side. And these are the opposing sides. And I see Leo's gone ahead and drawn a net, which you can actually fold up into a cube. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's see. We know that the sum of this one, and this one is 14. And I also know that opposite sides sum to 7. So Leo, you want to go ahead and name some variables for these 3 sides? Actually, all
Uh,
6 sides. Why not?
we can say that the sum of the visible sides, which is 14, is opposed by these 3 sides, which sum to x. So how about, we can do A, B, and C. How about that?
Yep. And then we can also use x, y, and z for those sides that oppose them. So we know automatically from the given that opposite sides sum to 7 that a plus x should equal 7, b plus y should equal 7, and c plus z should equal 7. And we were also given that, let me go ahead and change colors, that a plus b plus c equals 14. So Leo, you want to maybe try adding all 3 of my little white equations right here together?
Yeah. So we'd get A plus B plus C plus X plus Y plus Z equals 21. And then we can recall that A plus B plus C equals 14 from the given. So we can kind of replace that with a 14. So then we have X
Good
plus
idea.
Y plus Z. Here, I'll write this one up as well. This is important. X plus Y plus Z equals 7. By subtracting 14 from both sides, we can get this equation right here. And then
Cool.
it's just a matter of choosing the correct answer choice. Which one would that be?
I think that'd be A. Alright. And actually think there's no other possible combination of 3 numbers. If you
I think
wanted
so.
the number sum to be 6, it has to be 1, 2, 3. but you want 7, so you have to increase one of the numbers of 1, 2, 3. If you increased 1 or 2, then you'd get a repeating number, and we can't have the same number on multiple faces. So the only number you can increase from 1 to 3 would be increasing 3 to 4. So the only way we can get a sum of 7 is 1, 2, and 4. We're done. Don't even need the option choices, but it is pretty easy with the option choices, because only one of those sum to 7, and it's A. And I already saw the answer, so I'm going to go ahead and check this again. Again, great job to these 3 award winners, and we have 1, 2, and 4. Alright, cool. Fun problem.
Yeah.
Leo, any thoughts?
It's a good day. We got new problems. I'm happy. I think that's all we have for today, though.
Yeah, so there are actually some more problems if you wanted. We have like this problem. I think we have a few more problems. We didn't get through all of these, but it's fine. We went at a
Yeah.
good pace and that's what matters. Alright.
If you'd like
So
to,
thank you everyone. Yep.
yeah, we'll be back next month. See you then.
Bye guys. Thank you.
Bye.